Ever wondered what makes the small South American nation of Guyana so special? Tucked away in the northeastern corner of South America, Guyana is a land of intriguing contrasts and breathtaking natural beauty. It's where the lush Amazon rainforest meets the sweeping Atlantic Ocean, and where centuries-old traditions meld with a vibrant, contemporary culture. Let's take a moment to marvel at Guyana's geographical uniqueness. Unlike its South American neighbors, Guyana shares a Caribbean spirit, with English as its official language and cricket as a national passion. This ties it culturally closer to the Caribbean than to the South American mainland, creating a fascinating blend of influences that is distinctly Guyanese. Now imagine the heart-stopping sight of water thundering down a sheer drop, more than 4 times the height of Niagara Falls. That's the Kayatur Falls for you, a jewel of the Amazon, nestled in the pristine wilderness of the Kayatur National Park. But we're just scratching the surface here. There's so much more to explore in this natural wonderland, and we'll delve into that later in the video. Guyana's rich cultural tapestry is woven from the threads of its diverse population. From the Amerindian tribes, who were the original inhabitants of this land, to the African, Indian, European, and Chinese communities that have since made it their home, each group has added its unique flavor to the Guyanese culture. This blend of traditions can be seen, heard, and tasted throughout the country, from the bustling markets of the capital city, Georgetown, to the remote villages along the Essequibo River. And let's not forget about the tantalizing Guyanese cuisine. It's a mouth-watering fusion of culinary traditions, offering dishes like the spicy pepper pot stew and the fluffy roti, which are sure to delight your taste buds. So, are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery? From its awe-inspiring natural wonders to its rich cultural heritage, Guyana promises a travel experience unlike any other. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the heart of this fascinating country. How did Guyana come to be, you ask? Well, let's take a journey back in time. Guyana's story begins with its indigenous peoples, the Arawaks and the Caribs, who thrived on these lands for centuries, long before Europeans set foot on the South American continent. These early inhabitants lived harmoniously with nature, their lives deeply entwined with the forests, rivers, and savannas. The winds of change blew in the late 15th century when Christopher Columbus journeyed to the New World. However, it wasn't until the early 17th century that the Dutch established their first settlement. This marked the beginning of European colonization, with the Dutch and later the British laying claim to Guyana's rich lands and resources. Through it all, the spirit of Guyana's indigenous peoples endured, their cultures and traditions surviving, shaping the unique identity of this remarkable nation. Now let's move forward to a time of great change. Have you ever wondered how Guyana transitioned from colonial rule to independence? Well, let's delve into that fascinating period of Guyanese history. In the early 17th century, European powers began to show interest in Guyana for its fertile land and strategic location. The Dutch were the first to establish colonies, introducing sugarcane plantations to the region. However, by the late 18th century, control shifted to the British, who continued to develop the sugar plantation economy, a pursuit that dramatically shaped the social and cultural fabric of the region. The sugar plantations were powered by the brutal system of slave labor. Enslaved Africans were brought to Guyana in large numbers to work on these plantations. Their resilience and resistance in the face of such extreme hardship played a crucial role in shaping the identity of the nation. Following the abolition of slavery in the mid-19th century, the plantation owners turned to indentured labor to sustain the sugar industry. Thousands of indentured laborers, primarily from India, but also from Portugal and China, were brought to Guyana. These communities brought their own cultures, traditions, and cuisines, further enriching the diverse tapestry of Guyanese society. As the years rolled on, the clamor for self-governance grew louder. Key events such as labor strikes and political activism in the early 20th century sowed the seeds of independence. Leading figures like Dr. Chetty Jagan and Forbes Burnham emerged, championing the cause of independence and the rights of the Guyanese people. Finally, after years of struggle, on the 26th of May, 1966, Guyana gained its independence from British rule. The Union Jack was lowered, and the golden arrowhead, Guyana's new national flag, was hoisted high, symbolizing a new beginning for the nation. The journey to independence was a long and arduous one, marked by hardship and resilience, but also unity and cultural fusion. With independence, a new chapter in Guyana's history began. It was a period of change and growth, of forging a new identity while staying rooted in the rich tapestry of its diverse heritage. And that's a story for another time. How has Guyana evolved since gaining independence? Let's dive into the intriguing journey of this vibrant nation. Following independence in 1966, Guyana underwent significant political and economic changes. The nation initially embraced a socialist model, with the government nationalizing key industries. However, economic struggles in the 80s led to a shift towards market-oriented reforms, resulting in a more diversified economy today. The post-independence era also saw a significant demographic shift. Many Guyanese sought opportunities abroad, leading to a large diaspora, particularly in North America and the United Kingdom. Despite this, a strong sense of national identity remains, with Guyanese at home and abroad alike proudly celebrating their heritage. Perhaps the most transformative event in recent Guyanese history has been the discovery of oil off the nation's coast. Since the first significant find in 2015, Guyana has become one of the world's newest energy powerhouses. This has brought both opportunities and challenges, with the nation grappling with how best to manage its newfound wealth. Guyana's response has been admirable, focusing on sustainable and equitable development. The government has established a sovereign wealth fund to ensure that oil revenues benefit all Guyanese. Moreover, it's also committed to balancing economic growth with environmental protection, as seen in its pioneering low-carbon development strategy. This strategy aims to transform Guyana into a green economy, harnessing its rich natural resources while preserving its stunning biodiversity. It's a bold vision, one that reflects Guyana's unique position at the crossroads of the Caribbean and South America. In the realm of culture, the post-independence era has seen a flourishing of Guyanese literature and arts, with writers like Wilson Harris and Edgar Mittelholzer gaining international acclaim. This cultural renaissance reflects the nation's diversity, blending influences from Amerindian, African, Indian, European, and Chinese traditions into a distinct Guyanese identity. In the end, the post-independence era has been a period of transformation for Guyana, marked by challenges, achievements, and a steadfast commitment to its people and environment. As we move forward, one thing is certain: the story of Guyana continues to unfold. What is life like in Guyana today? Modern Guyana is a melting pot of cultures, a vibrant blend of Amerindian, African, Indian, European, and Chinese traditions. This multicultural society is reflected in every facet of life, from food and festivals to music and dance. The rhythm of soca beats, the taste of curry and roti, the vibrant colors of mashramani, all of these elements create a unique cultural tapestry that is distinctly Guyanese. Economically, Guyana is on the verge of a significant transformation. The discovery of large offshore oil reserves has the potential to propel the nation into a new era of prosperity. Agriculture, particularly sugar and rice production, still plays a major role, while mining for gold and bauxite continues to contribute to the country's revenue. Ecotourism is emerging as a promising sector, leveraging the nation's rich biodiversity and pristine natural landscapes. Politically, Guyana is a republic with a president as head of state and a prime minister as head of government. The country enjoys relative political stability, though issues such as income inequality, land rights of indigenous communities, and environmental conservation remain pressing concerns. On the international stage, Guyana maintains cordial relations with its South American neighbors and is a member of regional bodies such as the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, and the Union of South American Nations, UNASUR. It's also part of the Commonwealth, maintaining strong ties with the United Kingdom. Despite the challenges, Guyana looks towards the future with optimism. The younger generation is more connected and globally aware, eager to contribute to the nation's development. Efforts are underway to ensure that the benefits of economic growth are equitably distributed and that the country's natural resources are sustainably managed. In the realm of arts and culture, Guyana continues to make its mark. From the literary works of Wilson Harris and Edgar Mittelholzer to the vibrant art scene, Guyanese creativity adds to the richness of Caribbean culture. As we've seen, Guyana's history is rich and complex, and its future? That's a story that's still being written. So, what have we learned about Guyana? From the spectacular Kayatir Falls, nestled in the heart of the Amazon, to the vibrant city life in its capital, Georgetown, Guyana is a land of breathtaking natural beauty and rich cultural diversity. We've journeyed through its fascinating history, from the early indigenous communities to the colonial era and its subsequent independence. We've tasted the unique fusion of flavors in Guyanese cuisine, ventured down the majestic Essequibo River, and marveled at the country's diverse wildlife. We've listened to the voices of the Wai-Wai, Makushi, and Wapishana peoples, and roamed the vast landscapes of the Rupununi Savannah. We've delved into Guyana's literary and artistic heritage and applauded its commitment to environmental conservation. Throughout it all, we've seen how Guyana's past has shaped its present, creating a nation as diverse as it is captivating. Remember, in the heart of South America, there's a small but mighty nation with a story worth telling.